Christmas. And also to welcome our friend, Honorable Mvurya, who is coming to take over as a Principal Secretary for Youth Affairs, Creative Economy, and Sports. Now, before we do that, I would rather we introduce ourselves so that even as we come in, we know who is with us today. But before I do that, Waziri, we have apologies from the PS Youth Affairs because he's out of the country briefly, and therefore he was not able to be with us. Just like my SAS said, we have the LOC, we have the heads of departments, so I'll ask each head of department and the CEOs to be able to introduce themselves very quickly, starting from the CEO Sportsman.
Outgoing Cabinet Secretary and the incoming Cabinet Secretary of Mvurya, and the fellow members of staff and other visitors, my name is Nuh Ibrahim, CEO Sports, Arts and Social Development Fund.
Okay, our two CS, PS and colleagues in sports. My name is Doreen Odhiambo, the CEO of Kenya Academy of Sports.
Just your name and department, please.
My name is Gabriel Komora, Acting Director General Sports Kenya.
My name is Jackson Indakwa, Acting Director, Department of Sports.
My name is Josiah Moriasi, CEO Youth Fund. Thank you.
My name is Augustine Marabi, the National Project Manager for Nyota Project.
I'm Caroline Amonti, Head of Legal Department. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I am Gloria Wawero, CEO National Youth Council.
Good afternoon. My name is Diana Watila, CEO Gender Protection Implementation Secretariat.
Thank you. I'm Pascal Opio, Acting CEO Kenya Film Classification Board.
Good morning, Waziris. My name is Margaret Kyogora, CEO President's Award Kenya.
Morning, Waziris. Michael Rava, CEO, Chan After Secretariat.
My name is Nicholas Msoye, Chairman of LOC, Chan and AFCO.
Good morning, all Cabinet Secretaries. My name is Hussein Mohammed, President of KF.
Thank you very much. Anybody we might have forgotten? The SA, Department of Youth Affairs. Do we have the SA here? Secretary Administration. Right. So, Waziri, Honorable Murkomen, Waziri, Honorable Mvurya, welcome. We've been looking forward to this meeting because, to be very sincere, you can see the numbers that have turned up just to see you off, Waziri. We were just, you know, no. Waziri, to be sincere, we are getting very much used to you because of your direction, because of your speed with which you are doing stuff in this ministry. And when we heard that you are leaving, I think there was a bit of sadness in the ministry. And I think many of you here can bear me witness. Even the president, the newest kid in the block, the president for FKF, when he walked to my office this morning, he was like, wow, I can't believe that the CS is leaving. We want to thank you very much as a ministry. You've really guided this ministry. And remember, there are certain things that you've been able to make us achieve in the 3 or so months that we worked together, which I cannot be able to enumerate here, but they are quite a number. One such feat you managed to accomplish is ensuring that we have a new team in FKF without a lot of noise. It wasn't that easy, but we are happy that we have a new team, even as we get ourselves into AFCON. Another feat that we have managed to, and speaking for purposes of, just highlighting that we've been able to do, in sports, we also inaugurated the team that will be looking at the gender-based violence, something that has really taken us aback as a country, but now we are happy that we have a team that will be able to guide this country in providing solutions to that menace, the gender-based violence, and many others. If the PS Youth Affairs was also here, he told me this morning that, of course, you've done quite a lot in that department. So, but then, again, the works of God. The minister, the CS that is coming on board, Waziri, is a seasoned CS. And we are very, very much sure that he will be able to fit into your shoes. And I think we want to thank the government most sincerely and His Excellency the President for having seen the right person to replace you in this ministry and will then be able to run just with the speed that you have gotten us into. And as we will also move into the new ministry, that is Interior, we want to wish you God's blessings. We want to pray for you that the zeal with which you want to ensure that this government delivers to its people continues with you in the new Docket. We are very, very sure that you'll be able to succeed because we've seen what you've done in very many other ministries. And then again, like nature was conspiring to give us the best, you share the same political background with the CS that is coming in, meaning that you will be able to mix what we put together, what we call expediency in terms of leadership, and be able to speak to the political aspect of affairs, because this is public service, but at the end of the day, we must speak to politics. We must speak to common knowledge. So that even as we build Stadia Waziri, we need to tell a common mwananchi what we are doing and why we are doing it, so that they can be able to understand. I don't want to belabor on that, but we are full of happiness because we are releasing a warrior to go and help this government in another docket, and we are also receiving another warrior who has had exploits in other ministries. Our work will be a bit simple. We will first start by signing, then handing over documents in front of the media. And then once we've done with the signing, we will now be able to start all the speeches, even as we say goodbye, and then we receive the new CS. So I think, SA, we can exchange the documents so that we can be able to do the signing. We have 2 documents, handing over notes. Let's sign simultaneously and we can take photographs very closely. And then you will exchange. Sorry.
Jamaa always anataka kuja kwa bro. Sign the 2 on before the other. Yeah. These ones are. And these ones? But where is the page I was saying? In this one. Oh, it's here.
After signing the handing over notes, the two cabinet secretaries will then exchange the documents, and then we'll have a photo session with the two CSs exchanging the documents. Thereafter, the outgoing CS will hand over the one document to the PS, to the two PSs after exchanging the documents.
We don't exchange, I give
so
you.
The first photo
yeah.
of exchanging of the...
We don't exchange, I give him.
He gives me.
So, here is your...
Handing over.
Handing over.
Thank you.
Thank you. And then one to the PS.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay. We are done.
Speeches now. Bob, no coffee?
Those notes of mine, people are here. Speeches. Okay. Excuse me.
Thank you very much, CS, outgoing CS and incoming CS.
Will you bind my
ceremony. And I think let me take this opportunity now to begin the part of the speeches and allow me to recognize the two CSs present, the heads of departments present, the president, FKF, the chairman, LOC, members of the fourth estate. Allow me to take this opportunity to welcome you to this handing over ceremony. And like I said earlier, handing over this ministry to the new CS. Let me go. Members of the fourth estate, allow me to take this opportunity to welcome you to this handing over ceremony. And like I said earlier, handing over this ministry to the new CS. Let me call upon Honorable Murkomen just to say something, and then hand over also to the incoming CS.
Thank you very much. We've been requested to sit by these media people who are blocking some of the key participants in this very important handover ceremony. My colleague, Honorable Salim Mvurya, the incoming CS for Youth Affairs, Creative Economy and Sports, and I was telling him to get used to this very long name. It's a mouthful. To the PS of Sports, the representatives of the ministry from senior departments in the ministry, the CEOs, the president of FKF, our LOCs who are here, the media, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Good afternoon. Good afternoon again.
Good afternoon.
As has been said by the PS, there is a very huge turnout this afternoon, and I hope it's not a turnout to make sure that you quickly see off the outgoing CS. But be it as it may, I just want to start by saying we thank God for giving us an opportunity and the gift of life to be here and to serve our country. We want to thank the President, His Excellency William Samoei Ruto, for giving me an opportunity to serve this country as a Cabinet Secretary for the last almost 2.5 years. Thanks to him and the people of Kenya, I have the greatest honor to serve this country in the position of the Cabinet Secretary, and I've done so now in 2 ministries, and this is the new ministry I'm moving to is the 3rd. I just want to say that every time you get a chance to serve your country, let alone as a Cabinet Secretary, it's a great, great privilege and honor. And I must say that one of my most exciting moments to serve was as CS for this Ministry of Youth Affairs, Creative Economy and Sports. It gave me a very different perspective in public service. Having come from infrastructure sector as my first posting, this job gave me the wonderful opportunity to interact with citizens more and to interact with a sector that I dearly support, and I'm a fan of sports. And therefore, when I came here, I felt completely at home. Let me first thank the PS for Sports, Engineer Peter Tu, and PS Ismail for Youth Affairs and Creative Economy, for making it possible for me to quickly grasp the 2 portfolios and to understand the work that was being done, and for the continuous service they have given to the nation since they came to this ministry. I want to thank the CEOs, the senior administrative officers in both ministries, in both departments, and I want to thank the CEOs, the chairman of boards, the board members, the staff who are really very great to me. My secretaries, the people we worked with, the people who served us tea. It was really wonderful to come here. And without any fear of contradiction, as I told you, CS, this is the best office space any cabinet secretary occupies in the Republic. And I say that it's the best office space. That office in the 10th floor, I will, apart from missing the people, I'll miss the office space because it gave me the ambience to think and to focus on my work, even when it's very difficult. It gives me a very good view of the city, and sometimes the view of the people of this city and the country who inspire us to continue serving and who really labor hard to pay taxes for us to make sure that we provide services to the public. For the 3 months I've been here, I have met men and women, young and old, people who occupy different positions and office, who quietly are going about their services to serve this nation in public service. And public service is endowed with the people who have made it possible for me to deliver in this ministry. Every time I've been asked, what is your greatest contribution as a cabinet secretary? I always answer, I have only one answer: leadership. The responsibility of a cabinet secretary is to provide leadership. The technical know-how is already existing within the ministry. So my greatest achievement here is to have been able to lead for those 3 months or so and to make decisions. My mantra is that it is better a bad decision than not to make a decision at all. And every time I have faced a decision in this ministry, whether we should construct the stadium, whether we should hold a sports issue, whether we should do the youth elections or not, I have always taken the view that it is better to consult, make the decision, let historians judge whether that decision was good or not. And for those 3 months, there are a few decisions that we made, Honorable Mvurya, that I think continues to build on the foundation which was laid by Honorable Babu Namwamba, who was here before us, and the things that I had to do on top of that, and which I believe that you will find it hopefully useful to build on as you continue your service. Number one is to say that there is a lot of reform work that needs to be done in this ministry. There are a lot of legal gaps, both in the youth sector, creative economic sector, and sports. And as such, we have progressed the conversation, and there is a public participation on the sports development bill and sports development policy, youth development bill and youth development policy. On the sports side, we have established a task force that is ongoing, composed of men and women who have necessary expertise to work on the sports bill and sports act and sports policy. I believe, Honorable CS, that you can progress this conversation to its logical conclusion so that we can have a legal framework that responds to devolution, responds to many other aspects that we need to deal with. We also have in this ministry, we had challenges for a long time on matters of gender-based violence, targeting on athletes. And we established gender-based violence or gender-based violence response office and established an office with the CEOs and the team that will be led by yourself, an oversight team that will be led by yourself, and in your absence, chaired by Catherine Dereba, who is a renowned athlete in this country. I believe that was a very innovative way of addressing these issues. And I believe in the ministry where I am going, or where I have gone already, I will be working with you to make sure that also issues of gender-based violence are addressed in all sectors in the country, but this was specific to the sports sector. I just want to say in terms of infrastructure, we have made progress in the construction of the Talanta Stadium and the renovation of Kasarani and Nyayo Stadium, and as we saw with you this morning, I am now confident to say here that we shall be hosting CHAN. The last time we were here, there was a lot of stories, and you know, there's a lot of pessimism that as a country we are not going to be able to do it. But I want to tell you, CS, that because of the work of the men and women, especially our supervising this project on our behalf, and also the Sports Kenya, the PS here, and the PS Defense and the CS Defense, we have had a whole round collaborative effort to make sure that we have the facilities ready. And I want to thank CAF and CAF President, even in absentia here, President Motsebe, for being very positive in supporting this country to be ready. So the facilities are going to be ready. We have seen it today. They're going to be there for us to be able to do the CHAN. And I believe, Mr. CS, that you will be also ready in good time to make sure that we deal with the other sports facilities. In the regional facilities, we have had to there were other ongoing projects in Kericho that needs final completion, in Bungoma, and Bukungu is ongoing, and you saw the president was there the other day, and you need to help him to make sure that the contractor does a good job to complete the process in good time. We have had many events. This is, the health of this ministry is to support sports activities and youth activities. And so we've had many events supported by the Sports Fund and supported by the ministry, and you will be fairly guided by the officers who are here. We held cycling competition for the first time, intercontinental competition this year, and we had also other rugby tournaments, football tournaments, and many other events that are ongoing, and you will be guided by the officers of the ministry. We also hosted many other international events. That includes the Youth Connect Summit, and I believe the Innovation Week, and there is an upcoming Youth Connection Summit that should take place in a few weeks. On the youth sector, I think it's extremely important to note that we have unlocked the process of National Youth Council elections, and the roadmap is in place. The team is already ready. We are going to be working also with the National Administration team in the ministry where I am to support you to make sure that for the first time in almost 12 years, the National Youth Council is going to do an election, and the youth of Kenya are going to have their leaders they will elect to guide them. There's a lot of good work that's going on in the Youth Enterprise Development Fund. There's a disbursement that happened in the entire year of 205 million shillings to youth-owned enterprises, and many other programs that are going on that I believe you are going to support. Of great importance is in the youth sector is to make sure that the Nyota program, which is a program you are very much aware because your predecessor and my predecessor then, Honorable Babu, brought it into the cabinet, and the cabinet approved it, and you are aware of Nyota program. Now it's being rolled out, and I believe with your support is going to go far. CS, this report, I'm not going to read all this report because this is the report we have signed. It's going to help you the best way possible in your office. I will miss this ministry and miss the people who are here. I will look forward to collaborative efforts and intergovernmental level between myself and you in any other event that is going to take place in future. And as a sports fund, I will be looking after you in many ways, especially football. Something that is significant, which happened in this very short time, was we miraculously pulled and did FKF elections against all odds. I do not wish to say anything about those who are in office because I don't want to be in my last day in office to continue being at war. But I arrived here with a lot of energy, wanting really that FKF has a new leadership. I did negotiations, we did all kind of things that we needed to do, and I want to thank the judiciary for heeding to our call, especially when we sent our lawyers to court to make sure that they clear the way to have these elections. I want to congratulate the president of FKF, Hussein Mohammed, my friend, and his vice president, McDonald Mariga, for spirited campaign and emerging victorious, being the winners. When they came here, I told them, you are my friend, but I'm not going to assist you. The only thing I will make sure is that there is an election, and there is a free and fair election. And we did our best to make sure that they succeeded. Congratulations again, Mr. President, and I believe that you have a very good team. The thing that why I say this, because that was just the beginning. There are many briefcase federations in the country, and I say so with a lot of confidence. Many briefcase federations that do not have legitimacy, that are one-man show, that are used for people to make money for themselves and deny the youth of Kenya opportunities for sports. My friend, the governor, as a former governor, you understand what politics is. And for you, you will need to wear your other political helmet because you have to knock many places here to make sure that the federations are functioning. And since we unlocked the FKF, you have many other federations that I'm sure you will unlock to make sure that many Kenyans have opportunities in different sports across the country. Thank you very much, everybody, for making it possible for me to enjoy this place. I will be coming, hopefully, to take tea with the CS and consult. But now I am going to take over, and I did actually take over the other responsibility in the Ministry of Interior. And as a country, I believe that we are on the right track. 2025 is going to be a wonderful culminate and to consolidate the gains that His Excellency the President has made in his administration. Thank you very much, and best of luck, my friend, Honorable Mvurya. I knew him when I was a senator, and we met in his village in the county, and our friendship has flourished from then up to now. And I look forward to seeing him succeed. I believe in 2027 heights. I don't want to set targets, but I believe in the AFCON, Kenya is going as a team, national team. Apart from hosting a fantastic event, Kenya is going to advance as a national team to levels we have never achieved because of the leadership of Honorable Salim Mvurya. Thank you very much, and may God bless you. Karibu Waziri.
Asante sana. Taka sasa nikae?
Ya, sasa so ndio mwenyewe.
Okay. Thank you very much, Honorable Kipchumba Murkomen, who is now the CS Interior and National Government Coordination. And I also want to thank the PS, the senior staff here present. And you know, CS, we started in the same building.
Yes.
You know, you are my neighbor.
Yes.
And we used to joke and meet almost every day when I was in mining. Then you moved here, I moved to investment. And now I have taken over. So I want to announce officially that I have now taken over the Ministry of Youth Affairs, Creative Economy, and Sports. And on this note, I want to thank His Excellency the President for the opportunity to serve our nation. If you look at the formation of the ministries and agencies, they have been derived from the national plan, which His Excellency the President committed to Kenyans. And every ministry and agency is helping the President to achieve the vision that Kenyans expect. And therefore, the long names that you find in some of the ministries, like the ones I have held before, they mean something. You know, and even here, when you're talking about youth affairs, creative economy, and sports, those three topics have a meaning, you know, in terms of how we can inspire the youth to realize their potential and to receive support from government to be able to realize. Therefore, as I take over, I want to thank the PS and the senior team, and also to congratulate my colleague Murkomen, and also Ababu Namwamba, who was here before, because of the solid foundation and the progressive momentum that they have put in this ministry. And as I take over, I want to say that I will work with all of you in your different portfolios to ensure that I provide the necessary leadership support to realize the mandate and the responsibilities that you have in your different portfolios. I'm very happy that in football we have realized the first reform in governance, and now we have a new leadership which has also been bestowed with a very big responsibility to ensure that this country becomes a football nation as it used to be in the 80s. I have no doubt of their leadership capabilities. I know they have all what it takes, and I will give all the support to ensure that this realization can be done in our country. I know CS right now we have a number of priorities which I'm very confident that Kenya is going to emerge as the best country. We'll be hosting CHAN in February, and we'll also be hosting AFCON, you know, in 2027. Hosting is also an opportunity not just to profile our country, but is also an opportunity to show our prowess in the region. And I'm sure we'll be working with the youth and all, you know, sports fraternity to ensure that Kenya can be in the map of the world when it comes to sports. I think the other issues are to do with the youth governance in the country, and that is why the Youth Council elections are very, very important, so that we can have an opportunity to organize youth across the country. And previously, when we used to have the old constitution, organizing youth was for lobbying and advocacy. But right now, our shift of focus is to organize youth so that they can realize their potential. And therefore, even though we are a Ministry of Youth Affairs, Creative Economy and Sports, the organization of youth from the grassroots to the national level should give us an opportunity to interact with all ministries, because within the youth constituency, we will have youth who would like to with their investments in business, and that will have an opportunity therefore to call in the Minister of Investment, the Minister of Cooperative and Medium Enterprises to support those youths who are doing those kind of initiatives. I know also there are a lot of innovations that on startups, and we'll have reason therefore to look at whether we could link them with industrialization funds so that they can be properly mentored, they can be properly incubated, to realize their potential. So I think what I'm saying is the new youth formation that we are looking for are youth who are going to identify their sectors, their skills that can also blend with government, and government can align, with the requirements and priorities that these youth can realize their potential. So even as we are talking about the youth elections, we'll be working together with my colleague to make it happen. We will also work with county governments, because they have a big when it comes to youth affairs and also matters sports. So we'll bring everybody on board, to ensure that now we move away from negative, motivations to positive inspiration for our young people in our country. And on this note, I will call on all of you, to work with us in that endeavor to ensure that we bring now our youth constituency into productive sectors, but also to ensure that we support them to realize their dreams and their potential. So I think for today I have taken over, but I will have other follow-up meetings with different sectors so that we can really understand the areas that we need to give immediate support. Yesterday, Waziri, we had a very fruitful meeting with my colleagues in Tanzania and Uganda. They actually chaired the virtual meeting, and we confirmed that the three countries, and Kenya in particular, will host CHAN without any challenges. And this morning we have visited Kasarani, we have visited Nyayo, and also the two training grounds. I know also the other two training grounds, Ulinzi and also the police circle. And I'm confident that Kenya is going to host CHAN. And from now on, I want all of us to put our radar and our energies to ensure that CHAN is very successful. Not successful as in hosting, but our football colleagues should also prepare our team so that Harambee Stars, can emerge the best in that tournament. I'm happy Mapinduzi is going on in Zanzibar, the Mapinduzi Cup. We drew with Burkina Faso in the first match. I think that was a late equalizer. So we are following the event, Mr. President, because we are very keen, to see how we can make progress in Mapinduzi. And at some point, maybe we can go there to watch the match that Harambee Stars will be playing, especially in the finals, so that we can give them a morale. With those many remarks, I have taken over. We'll be talking, many times to update Kenyans on what is happening in many respects. But I'm happy that we have a lot of infrastructure that is planned across the country to ensure that we provide facilities that are going to be very useful to nurture the talents of young people in our country. Asanteni sana, and I'm looking forward to work with each one of you to make the dream of our young people in the country a success. Asante sana. Asante.
Let's give our Cabinet Secretary a round of applause.